Every single organism in the planet is made up of millions of cells. Cells are the basic building blocks of an organism. Cells form tissues, which form the organs, which systematically form the organism. These cells are smaller than a grain of sand, and you have to look very closely to see them. If these balloons are formed by atoms, the dog is made up of an indeterminate number of cells all around its body, from its fur to skin to bones. The barks from the trees are made up of cells which have a cellulose wall, giving the characteristic texture and hardness. Cells make each organism unique from one another. It carries the organism's genetic codes. Cells also break down nutrients into something that the organism can readily use. From here on, you will watch how cells behave around different mediums, mostly liquid. The nucleus is the very heart of the cell. It is the main control room of the whole cell operation. It also contains our DNA, which contains our genetic codes. Nucleus, especially in animal cells, can be destroyed by free radicals. A person can prevent this through having a healthy diet and regular intake of vitamin E. Cells need energy to survive, and energy comes in the form of ATP, or adenosine triphosphate, which is processed in the mitochondria. The ATP comes from glucose. What you're seeing right now are the chloroplasts, which can only be found on plants. Chloroplasts contain chlorophyll that induces photosynthesis. The ATP comes from glucose. The endoplasmic reticulum, or ER, processes amino acids and fatty acids into something the cell can use. There are two kinds of ER, the smooth and the rough. The smooth ER detoxifies cells and converts foodstuff, while the rough ER breaks down the proteins. Golgi bodies process the secretions the organism have, such as saliva, oil, and hormones. For plant cells, Golgi bodies produce proteins and fats that the consumers can process.
I think it's time to blow this scene, get everybody in the stuff together.
Aside from its physiological purposes, cells were also a part of our history. Scientists were able to determine the history of life here on Earth through studying cells. Bacterial cells were the most primitive form of cells. These are the prokaryotes. Meanwhile, animal and plant cells were more comprehensive and complete in parts than that of the prokaryotes. These are the eukaryotes. Look how healthy these cells are, free from diseases, and are able to become as productive as you can ever be. Isn't it amazing to have little bodies inside of our body? This has been the puzzle of each organism on Earth.